Happy Friday the 13th, guys! Let me set the mood for you, children. I'm 10 years old. I just left my cousin's house to watch a movie. Not just any movie, a scary movie. I had never watched a scary movie before. This was exciting. My father drops me off at the house and goes back to my cousin's house. There I sat with my movie in my hands by myself in a house on a farm. I inspected the cover art. I was stoked to see the iconic Jason mask. I knew Jason was cool, but I had no idea why. So I popped in my very first horror movie, and I pressed play. Hi guys, welcome to Rotting Flesh Movie Reviews. I'm Billy Pop. We're reviewing Friday the 13th Part 5, A New Beginning today from 1985. Directed by Danny Steinman. Now I want to start off this review by saying, this movie gets a lot of flack for being the worst movie in the franchise. Everyone I talk to about this film is like, it doesn't take place in Crystal Lake. None of the characters are very important. None of the plot points matter. The cast and crew are on drugs. Jason isn't even in it. Yeah, Jason's not in this one. And to you guys I say,
would you shut the fuck up?
Who gives a fuck? We open epically with young Tommy Jarvis, played by Corey Feldman once again. But he's only in the movie for a little bit. Walking through the woods. He comes upon the grave of Jason Voorhees and two guys digging him up for some reason. When they finally uncover the lid to the coffin, Jason wakes up and stabs them. I always thought when he pulls the machete out of this dude's belly, it looks really nasty. Jason now slowly walks towards Tom, and the whole time my little 10-year-old heart's like, Jason lifts the machete and he wakes up. It was all a dream. Except he wakes up in the future. He has aged quite a bit and is on his way to a halfway house in Pennsylvania. When Tommy gets to his destination, he ominously hides his jackknife under his pillow. I think that they were trying to make the audience believe that Tommy was still crazy from the first movie and that he was going to go on a mass murder spree. I've been told by some people that this was not effective. I myself would not have known any of this because I never watched the final chapter till many years later. Anyway, we meet a whole new crew of strange people. We get a crazy lady.
I'm gonna chop you into itty bitty little pieces, my friend.
Her moronic son.
Say it like you mean it, Ma.
A simpleton.
Here, you want it? I'll give you half, but I need half for later.
A psycho.
Leave me alone!
The Elvis twins.
You're the one who keeps fucking around with this thing, so get off your ass and you fix it. I gotta take a crap.
A creepy peeper guy. A cokehead. A stutterer.
I really do want to be with you.
And a cute goth girl who does the robot. That's right! No one's normal over here! Tommy befriends a young black kid named Reggie the Reckless. I'm sure the Reckless was not his actual surname. Later on that day, we watch Joey the Simpleton walk around asking everybody if they want a bite of his candy bar. Nobody does. Especially this guy. So the first kill in the movie wasn't even Jason. An uneasy ambulance driver cleans up Joey's remains. My friend Justin says this movie should be called Revenge of the Ambulance Driver. They're trying to trick us! Poor Tommy is having daylight hallucinations about Jason while so many people get killed off. Seriously, this movie has bodies just piling up. We never do see the killer in full frame during the death scene, just hands and feet and implements of pain. On a very minor note, the sheriff believes that Jason is the one killing everybody, but no one believes him. This does nothing for the movie, and kind of has no point. On a very major note, Pam character, hot as fuck. There's a bunch of other stuff that happens. None of it really matters. At the end, everyone's dead except for Pam, Reggie, and Tommy. Jason, or so we think, is finally in full frame. But wait! The marks on his mask changed from red to blue! What the fuck? Tommy tries to trick Jason like in the first movie by just talking to him. And it doesn't work. Maybe you should use your movie magic, Tommy. Ya fucknose! In the end, good prevails over evil because Jason falls from the loft of the barn onto a mat of spikes. What is this, Mortal Kombat? And the killer is Roy the ambulance driver, not Jason. At the hospital later, we find out that Roy was trying to copycat Jason because that boy that was killed, the Joey Simpleton character, that was his dad. So he kind of went on a mass murder spree. Kind of like Jason's mom did in the first movie, I guess. Tommy's hallucinations of Jason finally go away. But that don't matter, because Tommy's gonna be Tommy. So my views of this might be a little bit nostalgia based. But hey man, this was my first horror movie. What did I get? A super violent movie with kill after kill after kill with boobs on top of boobs on top of boobs. I'm 10. I'll watch anything with blood and boobs. And as I said, a lot of people hate on this movie. And here we go. The direction in this movie was great. I love the feel of the opening scene and I think it set the tone for the rest of the film. Completely off the wall. The sets are memorable and the lighting was perfect. And this movie had gratuitous gore and nudity, which is something it's become completely known for. It's like the trashiest one in the fucking whole franchise. Apparently the director was used to directing exploitation films, which I find awesome because I'm a huge fan of that particular genre. The writing here was pretty bad though. Like when I was a kid, that's kind of why I liked it. It was just scene after scene of random dudes and naked women being hacked, chopped, and mutilated. I was kind of a fucked up kid. But it did do some things right. It was the continuation of the Tommy Jarvis story. And the writer and director thought, wouldn't you guys like us to continue the story of young Tommy? Well, suck our dicks! It was also trying to be original, and sort of a mystery as to who the killer was. Although it fails, because no one was really a suspect. At least, it didn't seem that way to me. I thought the acting in this was great, and not all the characters were even likable. They were all interesting to watch though, because no one in this fucking movie was normal. Like, not one person. The dialogue in this was some of the most bizarre shit I've ever seen spew out of a television set. I thought the effects in this, although they were mostly stabbings, were pretty awesome when they showed the effects. And there was a fuck ton of them because so many people died. I thought this movie was pretty brutal and really dark. The music in this one was more memorable than all the other ones too for me, but that's just because I heard a few distinct things I'd never heard in a Friday song before. Does that make it better? I don't know. It's not like I own the album or anything. Yes, I can recommend this movie, but not to everyone. I think if you really like the franchise and you want to try something different, you should give this a chance. It's kind of a throwback to the first movie. If you're a slasher fan in general, though, this movie is fucking awesome. It'll get the gorehound satisfied and the boob fans. This movie is my favorite in the franchise. That might shock some people, so I'll just let that sink in for a second. I mean, come on though. It was my first horror movie. When this was over, I realized how much I loved being traumatized. Horror was now my thing, and hence why I'm doing this review right fucking now. I'm giving it a 9 out of 10. I realize how ridiculous that sounds, but I have so many fond memories watching this as a child. And it opened doors to even better movies. So if weed is a gateway drug, then Friday the 13th Part 5 A New Beginning is a gateway movie. I hope to see you next time.
That Magic Production.